Ooh.
that needs to be pushed in.
You have the Schwaben tool.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
But I got to get it under there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to without a little more leverage. There we go. Okay. Got it up. You got to kind of just take it easy because you do not want to break this thing. But I did bring a spare because I know I'm probably going to break it. It's not mine. There we go. Work that along to there. There we go. See how she came loose?
Yeah.
There we go. I got two. Got her jacket.
Yeah. Kathy's sick. She's nervous.
Hey Matt, you didn't need this piece, did you?
I didn't see anything.
Okay, there's one. There's two. Okay, there we go. And then there's tabs on the back, and you don't want to break those. There we go. Okay.
And it's off.
Okay, one, two, three. This one's a little bent.
Look at that thing.
All right, and then the same thing here. Now this job here is the same as what we did there. It's just you got to get through this to get to it. It doesn't have the plastic cap because it's part of the grill vent.
Plastic.
And then we're back to where we were before. Only you can see, like, that's pretty nasty. This one's not moving, but if we loosen that, yeah, it's 25-year rubber. It's exposed to the weather. It's sitting in the worst possible place, and nobody even knows it's there. Well, you get water coming through here anyway, so it's really not so much about sealing it as it is about keeping the wipers in line. Look at this. Okay, we gotta get the we gotta get the ring out.
I don't have to worry about it. Now I do. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. All right, so with a little bit of gentle coaxing, the ring comes out. All right, and now this is just gonna fall apart. Just the way the last one did. Push that down a little bit and just kind of drive that out the bottom.
If you would, show us again how you get that O-ring up out of here to lube under it, Jeff.
Sure, absolutely.
Can that just be... Oh, that you take the ring off. That's right.
Now, once you get it down to this point, Jeff, you can see on this one, the circlip is off.
Yeah.
You see the little clip here.
That's right.
Pull that off. A flat washer plus a thrust washer,
Right.
and then there's the little seal. You just need to raise
You were
that.
showing us that on the model. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Just need to raise that rubber seal up enough, just so you can put a couple of drops of oil in there.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to do that on Matt's car because
dielectric grease down there.
you're not going to get it in there. I actually did that on this one because in this position you can take the whole thing comes out. But when it's still in the car, the other thing that I had to learn the hard way that I'll share with you guys is that these ball sockets, this is actually a ball socket, right? You can't pull them apart. You can pull and pull, and you can push and push to put it back together. It ain't going to happen.
And if they ever come apart, they will not stay back together.
There's one way to do it, and that's to snap them off, which I haven't got the strength to do, but that's how you do it.
So you have to destroy them to get them
No,
apart.
you have to get them, and you have to just give it a good, swift tug, a sharp snap. They snap in, they snap out.
Stand back so you got all the elbow room.
No, you know what? I'll probably tear a tendon if I do that. I'm going to stick with what we're here to do. Where's the other damper? Here we go.
So if you do
pop them apart, just clean it out, put in some new grease.
This?
No, on these ball sockets.
I use this stuff. I mean, they go in dry, but
Are they normally dry?
I think so. But I like this stuff because it doesn't harden. It doesn't. So a little bit. Don't need much. And we're going to be a little more.
I love that stuff. Along with anti-seize, that's my religion.
I'll tell you the other stuff that's really good is cable pulling lube. It's what electricians use to pull service cables through conduit. It's water-based. It dries. I use it for control arm bushings. Because BMW has a lubricant that has a half-hour dry time. And you've got 30 minutes to put your control arm bushing onto your control arm, get the weight on the car, because it takes a set. You want it in a natural resting position when that thing dries out. With the lube, it'll settle and move, and then you leave it there till it's dry. Well, nobody has that special lube, so I use this cable pulling lube. Gives you just enough working time to get the control arm bushing on, bolt it up, do the ball joint, put the wheel on, drop the car down, and just walk away.
There you go.
Electrical supply places, I take it?
I get that at Home Depot.
Home Depot.
Company name Ideal. I have a quart of it. It cost me about $8, and I've used it for.
Yeah, you love it when they ask, what is this for? And you say your car.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was distant applause. I wasn't sure what was going on.
Okay, so we got that. Let's see if we have a little better luck with this one. You'd think now that I just did one that I would probably be able to do one a little quicker.
Plus, this one's a little more accessible.
Matt, everybody's wondering how you could see in the rain.
I'm wondering how I see.
Just speed up.
That's the way. Go fast.
So whenever this tech session is over, we're going to go ahead and do the giveaways, and then we'll finish the day with that tech session. So I know some people want to get out here. It's cold, wet, and they don't need the interior tech session.
What is this one going to be? The next one?
What is it, or when is it?
No, what is
It
what
is-
was
it-
about?
Kevin Shin, the guy who made my seat covers, he's going to go over how to redo your bolsters, how to repair the foam itself, so you can, the old E30 seats that had the separation of the holes in them, the E28s, you can actually, he's going to show you how to fix the foam stuff you can buy at the craft shop, on the
Well,
craft store.
you know, I've done one here already, so I mean, if you want to move on to the other session, nobody's going to hurt my feelings.
Well, no, once you get done with this one, we're going to go ahead and do the giveaways, then we'll move on to the next one. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings at all. At the same time, I want everybody to enjoy this, so.
I can see that now.
Yours were gone, Matt. Everybody was like, really?
Oh yeah, I knew that. That's why I volunteered last year for this to happen in my car.
But you, now, see, that one went in a lot easier, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I must be getting good at it.
There you go.
All right, and now we're just going to put that in there. But you know what? Because I feel that's a little snug, I'm just going to put a little bit of this around the outside here, since that's what it's for. Rubber is not very forgiving if something wants to slide on it. You're going to try and push that down in there, work it around without damaging the threads, of course, which this one's tighter. So we're gonna. There it is. You push. I'm pushing down here is what I'm doing to just center that a little better, so that goes down.
Cool.
And then, did we have a washer here? I don't think so.
No.
No. Yep.
Yep.
Right there. Make sure we got the flat side down. Bless you, bud.
Thank you. Trying to smooth on you.
Joe, how do you feel about the idea of putting anti-seize on those windshield wiper arm splines?
No, I wouldn't do that on the splines. Part of the problem with the splines is, I can show you on this one, is the crank that goes on the bottom of the motor is actually doesn't come with splines. And it's a softer metal than, because the shaft on the bottom of your motor is stainless. It's got splines cut in it. Well, the little shaft that drives it actually is softer with no splines. When you tighten it, you cut the splines into that little stub shaft, and that way if ever this thing jams or something breaks, it strips that little shaft, doesn't strip your motor. So that little drive piece is $11 from the dealer, and a lot easier to replace than your motor, a lot less money.
Actually, I meant these blinds where the arms go.
These,
Yes.
I wouldn't put never sees on there because it's got grit to it, it's coarse, and it's going to affect, this is a very fine tolerance fit onto
Okay.
your wiper arms, and I've stripped these arms before, and they're $38 if you can look around for them, and you can't buy them locally.
What
So
I read is they don't come with splines in them either. That they're soft and you crank them down on this and it makes them.
right. So
Okay.
the other thing that I like to do at this point, if the car had paint, this would be the time. This would be the time to really kind of give this a good cleaning, put some wax under there, because you're never going to see it again. So, got that done. We're going to make sure these spring clips are in good position. There's little tabs here
Dielectric grease.
on these little guys.
Yeah, on the spring clips so that they'll go in easily and come back off easily.
Well,
I just thought of that.
I happen to have a tube full right here,
I know.
so
While that's off, is it a good time to check the wiper motor?
you can't really. There should be a plastic cover on it, but there's not much to check with the motor. They're sealed unit. Some of them are completely sealed. Others you can take the gear assembly apart from the motor, but you can't get parts for it. It has a plastic worm gear, or a metal worm gear, and a plastic gear. And I have a motor where the teeth are just stripped off that gear. It's garbage. You can't replace them. You can't rebuild it. Again, the lock tabs are on top, so you're going to get that over the shaft. You're going to make sure that the lock tabs are in place. That's one. This one wants a little help. That's two, and that's three.
Schwab and toolkit.
And
Actually, it popped out up here, Jeff.
that. Where's my other nut? Did we lose it? Thank you. That's somebody's keeping track.
Operating.
Yes, thank you, nurse. Where's my little? Could you hand me that spanner? Thank you.
13.
Is this little gizmo?
That's off of here.
Okay.
I hope.
That's Matt's car.
That's not around, is it?
No. He'll figure it out one day.
No, I'm just guessing at the alignment on this. Pretty good.
Somebody will find this car 20 years ago. 20 years from now.
We're gonna take that. That slips under there. That goes down. And we have two new wiper dampers.
Awesome. Right.
Good for
And
another
we're done.
25 years.
Yay.